All right, so Silverbound. So I'm going to do what I did in the last 2 times that I did this. I'm going to actually draw it out for you guys. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. I'll try to bring it so it's not in the glare, okay? But I'm going to just write out each of the ranks, what's required, what the bonus is that you could receive, okay? Does everybody know? I think everybody here knows what their rank is right now, right? Sharon,
Yes.
do you know?
I'm just regular.
Let's see.
Regular. No,
I'm
you're
not
not. Star.
No frills.
No.
So I'm going to tell you, just because I think it is important to know where you're starting from. Oh, I can wear my funny glasses and I can actually see things. All right, so I know they actually hide one of my wrinkles, so I like them. See?
That's fun.
I wish I
Okay.
only had one wrinkle.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Sharon, you are a distributor,
I know.
and that is not just regular. Okay? It gives you great opportunity. So let's talk about why. All right. So Lisa, executive. Denise, do you know where you are?
I do.
Awesome. It's nice because actually we have really a reason to talk about all of the bonuses. Yay. We could even talk about Bridge to Gold, but I won't qualify because I had everything that you can't have had all the requirements before. You can't have met all the requirements for Bridge to Gold before, which, oh well, it's okay. It's all right. If you guys get them.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I just went over it today and there's a reset. So we all reset rank. But if you had the OGV and the legs before April,
For gold,
yeah.
which you didn't have.
Not for gold, for Bridge to Gold. No, I did have it for Bridge to Gold. So that's the way. I don't know. I'm waiting for Chris to get back to me to verify, but that's what it looked like.
All right.
Yeah.
The jury's still out on that one.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hope you're right.
Okay.
Because I would like the Premier Complete kit.
Mhm.
All right. So Silverbound. So Sharon, just in case you don't know what this is, it's a new bonus program. So this is on top of the regular commissions. Okay. And for anybody else that's watching the recording on this. So Silverbound is a program. It started in April officially, and it is a new bonus program that is on top of the regular commission program. All right, so each of these ranks, I'm just going to touch very briefly on each of the ranks, how you get there normally. I'm going to tell you what you have to do to get the extra bonuses as part of the Silverbound bonus program. We're not going to get too deep into what the actual commission structure is or the income levels for each of these ranks. We will be covering that in a later class. Okay, we'll go into more detail about each of the ranks in general. All right, but this is a special bonus program, and many of you are in a great position right now to achieve these bonuses on top of commissions. So that's why I want to make sure everybody knows about it. Okay, so the first level that we have in the Silverbound program is Star. Okay, so there isn't anything for people that are distributor, but if you hit the rank of Star and meet the necessary criteria, there's a nice little bonus. Okay, so to reach the rank of Star, you need to have an overall group volume or orders under you, including your own, of 500. Okay, so OGV of 500, and you have to do your own order of 100. Okay, that's what it normally takes to reach Star. Under the bonus program, to reach the bonus, to get a $50 bonus, you would need to also have 2 legs within that 500 that are at 200 each. Okay, so you can't just do that 500 just by yourself. Okay, the reason I wanted, there was someone that was going to be here tonight, and I wanted them here tonight because they actually placed an order last month over 500 and they hit Star. Okay, now that's great because it puts them in the running for some of the next bonuses, but for them to actually get a bonus level, they would need to not just have that be their own order. They would need to also have 2 legs that are each doing 200. Does that make
Can
sense?
you move your? move the-
Sorry. Yes.
Perfect. Yes,
Kept
perfect.
doing that last time too. Yell at me a lot. All right. They need to achieve this within 2 months after enrolling. Okay, so that's not any of us. Okay, so to get the star bonus of the 50, right, we've all been enrolled for more than 2 months. Okay, but for somebody new, this is not that difficult to attain, right? A 500 OGV, place their $100 order, and just make sure they have 2 people under them that are either doing a $200 order or they're getting between themselves and others under them a total of 200 each. Okay, does that make sense? That's for a $50 bonus. Okay, the next one is the senior star. Okay, so to be a senior star in Young Living, you need to have OGV of 2,000. So again, overall group volume, that can be your order and the orders of people under you. You want it to total 2,000. Okay, you still need to do your $100 order to qualify as a senior star. The bonus, to get the bonus at the senior star level, which is $250, and again, that's on top of commissions. All right, so at both of these levels, you're going to earn, well, actually I'll just do quickly. At star, you're going to earn 8% on your level 1, 5% on your level 2, 3% on your level, 4% on your level 3. Those numbers 3 and 4. All right. So just remember that these bonuses are on top of that. Okay. When you get to senior star, you actually go down another level in terms of earning commissions. All right. But you're going to get that 250 on top of your commissions. So it's not just that you only make 250. Okay. In order to get this bonus, you need to have 2 legs at 500 each. Now, what I like about this bonus program is that they prepare you each step along the way, right? So at Star, they're saying, okay, great, you have the 500, but you need to have 2 legs. And then at Senior Star, they say, okay, you need 2,000, and then those 2 legs, instead of doing 200, we need them to do 500. So you're already building toward it, right? You're already creating the structure to potentially get these other ranks and bonuses. Okay, that's what I think is really cool about it. And you need to do this. So the 2 legs at 500 each and the overall of 2,000, you would need to do it 3 months after reaching star. Okay, so again, if you have a new person and they hit star within 2 months of enrolling, then you want to get them within the next 3 months to try to hit senior star. Okay. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why this isn't that hard. It may seem like these numbers might seem big, especially as we continue to go forward. But you have to remember that as this is happening, you're building legs. Now, it's not just you generating that volume, right? It's the compounding effect of the other people that are working under you. Okay. So looks like I'm cutting off my neck. All right. So 3 months from star to get to senior star, you get a $250 bonus. Okay, here's the fun one. Well, I think they're all fun actually, but executive. Sorry, my handwriting's getting worse as the day goes on. So executive, to get to executive, which Lisa just did. Lisa, what do you have to have for executive OGV? Can she hear me? She can't hear me. 4,000 OGV.
I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh,
4,000.
that's okay.
4,000 OGV and 2 legs of 1,000 each.
Yep. So that's the normal for reaching executive. Okay. You need to have an overall group volume, all orders are under you and including you for 400. You have to order yourself individually.
4,000.
I'm sorry, 4,000. You have to order yourself place an order for 100 at least. And you have to have 2 legs within that 4,000 that are each doing 1,000. Okay, so it can't just be one leg that's at 4,000. Okay, that's the normal for achieving executive. To get the bonus that's being offered during Silverbound, which is $500, my marker's going to run out of ink. You just need to have a third leg, okay, that's at 500 OGV. Okay, so you have those two legs at 1,000. You need one more leg at 500. Okay, and you need to do that within 3 months of hitting Senior Star. So once again, in Senior Star, you're getting two legs going at 500 each. By the time you get to Executive, those two are at 1,000, and you've got a third leg that's doing 500. So it's building on each other, all right? And you get a bonus of $500.
That
Right?
has to be before you've hit executive, or it reset at,
It reset. So as they reset at on March 31st, they reset for executives and under. So even if you had hit executive 6 months ago, it's okay. You reset.
even
All
if you were maintaining executive?
Say that again.
What if you were maintaining?
So that's the question. What Chris answered me on that, and he's
Yeah.
double checking it, was that it would, as of April 1, would start your clock ticking. So if you had been maintaining executive, then April 1 is when it starts. And then you have 3 months from then to hit the next level. Okay.
So you'd still
Alright.
qualify?
What's that? Yeah.
You would still qualify?
Yeah. So they did a rank reset on March 31st.
Okay.
Okay.
So wait, I have a question. So I just hit that?
So you just hit this month. So yours starts now. Your timer's going to start now.
Or the next rank?
Right. Exactly. So I'm going to go through that right now and tell you what that is. You ready? You got your
No.
pen?
All right.
Get ready.
I got my pen.
Okay. So this is the silver. Okay. So normally to hit silver, you need an overall group volume of 10,000. Okay. You need two legs at 4,000. Excuse me. You still need your 100 PV yourself. And then you need what's called 1,000 PGV. Okay. So PGV is personal group volume. And what that refers to is just that besides these two legs, okay, so you have two people that are accounting for, with their teams, 4,000 each, okay? If you had two teams that were doing 5,000, so Lisa, if you had two that were doing 5,000, you'd have your 10,000, but you wouldn't qualify for silver because you need 1,000 in volume outside of those two legs.
Okay.
Okay, so it has to be outside of your qualifying legs.
Does
All
it
right.
have to be a leg, or can it be like
No,
a
no, it
mismatch?
does not have to be a leg. It could be people that are directly under you. It could be a leg that's just doing 500, as long as it's not qualifying you for silver. Okay,
As long as it's not qualifying me?
right. So to be silver, you have to have two legs at 4,000. So just pretend in your mind that you know which two legs it's going to be right now.
Mhm.
Okay, so your 1,000 PGV would have to come from outside of those legs.
Okay.
It would have to be the rest of the people.
Yep.
Okay. Usually, you know, at that point, unless you'll be fine. You've probably, you know, almost got that right now. All right. So to hit the bonus for silver, so that was just the normal, how to get to silver, right? But the bonus for Silverbound is $1,500. Okay, that's a nice bonus on top of your commissions. All right. And commissions when you hit silver are much more significant. They typically double. All right. From executive to silver, your paycheck doubles for most people. All right, so just think about that number. And then you'll get $1,500 on top of that. To get that, you need to have another leg. So you have 2 at 4,000. You need to have a third leg. I'm just going to write this down here because it's too at 1,000 OGV.
But it was 1,000 PGV.
So you have to have that too. So this is the basic, what you have to do to get to silver.
Yep.
Okay. For the bonus, you have to do this and a third leg at 1,000.
Okay.
Okay. And what they're doing is they're preparing you for gold, because for gold, you have to have 3 legs at 6,000, right? So it's really, I think it's a very well-designed bonus program because it's really getting people thinking about and planning for the next ranks. It's creating the structure for you. Okay. The time that you have to get from executive to silver is 4 months. Okay, to get that bonus. So you have 4 months to hit that. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Now let's talk about bridge to gold, and then we're going to go back and look at where we're at. Every time I open a page, I have to look to see if there's any crazy childhood drawings in this because I'm using one of the kids' coloring paint books from like 10 years ago that I still had. All right, so bridge to gold. So this is a really exciting one, I think, because so I'm one of those people that's, you know, I have some of the pieces and parts for gold, and then some of the pieces and parts of silver, and sometimes the pieces and parts of executive. So bridge to gold, what they did here was they said, look, going from silver to gold is a pretty big jump. Okay, the volume is pretty significant. So when you go from silver, you have a 10,000 OGV. For gold, it's 35,000 OGV. Okay, significant amount of money, right? It's really not, again, when you think about the organization you have at that point, because when you get to silver, you now have, you know, 2 legs that are doing 4,000. You've got 1,000 PGV, right? Like you have stuff going on. All right. So it's not, again, it's not just you when you have to look at making up that amount of volume, when you have to look at growing that significantly, it's not just you doing it, right? You, by that point, have people that are growing their own businesses under you, right? So it's divided amongst many. So bridge to gold is sort of a halfway point going from silver to gold rank. So bridge to gold, you would have to have, instead of the 35,000 OGV that you need to be gold, bridge to gold says your OGV needs to be 22.5. Okay. And you need to have 2 legs. I'm just going to use the whole page for this because I have it. 2 legs at 4,000, which is what you had at silver, right? And then 2 legs at 1,000. Okay. And you have to attain this 6 months after hitting silver. Okay, again, to get all the way to gold would be 35,000 OGV and 3 legs at 6,000. Okay, so this is the bridge to gold. It's sort of that in-between spot, that halfway, but they're giving you some kind of reward for getting there. Okay, and the reward is the Premier Aroma Premier Collection. Am I saying that right? Premier Aroma Collection. Okay.
So silver for the first time, you have to hit your OGV at 22.5.
Say that one more time.
When you hit silver for the first time or on your reset month, your OGV has to be 22.5. If you don't hit it the first month, then you don't qualify.
No, it's the opposite. So if you hit silver, so this is what I read today when I dove into it. It said the two ways that you wouldn't qualify is if, I'll pull it up too. I can screen share it and we can read it together. But it basically said, if you hit silver and you already had 22.5 OGV and you already had 2 legs at 4,000 and 2 legs at 1,000, then you can't. So basically you had to hit silver and still have a ways to go.
Oh, okay. So as of April 1st, you have your reset. You hit silver if you weren't already at that level. If you
Right.
didn't have all of those things in place.
Right. So for me, all right, and I'm okay with this because,
Yeah.
you know, I should have gotten here sooner. But for me, I don't think I qualify because I have had, right, like you guys
The
can know
OGV.
this. I have had over 70,000 OGV most
Yeah.
months. So that's way over the 22.5. And I have had several legs over 1,000
But you
for
haven't
several
had
months.
legs at 4.
Right, but I've had the qualifying things for not getting it were if you had over 22.5 OGV and those other 2 legs at 1,000. So, but I am waiting to hear back. So Chris, he's a new silver
Yeah.
liaison, very, very good. So he's going to double check it. But yeah, if you go in under member resources, actually, I think even you can just click right on the, when you log in to the dashboard and it says Silverbound, I think if you click right there, it gives you the qualifying stuff.
But are they giving you 6 months to hit it, or do you have to maintain it for 6?
So no, so you have to hit Bridge to Gold 6 months after hitting silver. They give you 6 months.
Oh, okay. So you have 6 months after April 1st, or
Right. Or
whenever.
you hit silver, right? So
Okay.
if somebody just hit silver in May, they'd have 6 months from then.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, thoughts, questions, fears, anxieties, overwhelm. What's happening? Let's break it down a little bit. All right. So, Sharon, because you enrolled, you didn't just enroll, I don't think you would get that star bonus. Because that one is specifically related to enrollment. It has to be 2 months after you enroll. But even if we looked at the senior star, so senior
That
star for you would be 2,000 overall volume. Okay, which again, it might sound like a lot, but if you thought about, right, like how many, this is how we could break it down. We could say, all right, how many $100 orders is that? How many starter kits is that?
Right.
And it doesn't have to necessarily just be you getting people to do that, but it might be somebody else under you. It might be someone you
Right.
haven't even met yet that
Right.
falls in love with the oils and then shares it with 4 people, and boom, you know, you have $1,000 OGV just coming from that one person. Okay.
So is the $250 bonus just a one-time thing?
Yeah.
Like if you, okay, all right.
Yep. It's for hitting that rank. And then the goal is to get that next bonus.
Right.
The next one up is the 500. So like people can hit bonuses every month. Like people
Right.
could get the 250 this month, the 500 next. I mean, you could really work at it and get every one of the bonuses.
Right.
Right.
And then so for the senior star, it's the group volume of 2,000.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Order of
And then
100. Is
bonus, you want to have.
Is the $100 included? Is my 100 included in that 2,000?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yep. Yep. But if you accidentally only spent $50 that month, you wouldn't qualify for the bonus.
Right.
So that's why you just want to make sure. And then you just need to have 2 legs or 2 people that are doing 500 each.
Okay.
All right. And again, it doesn't have to be just them. They could have 1 or 2 people under them, or 3 or 4 that are
Right.
ordering. Right. So
Okay.
that's a lot easier to attain than most people think, because, like, you could do 2 classes and the people from this class could make up one whole leg. The people from this class could take care of the other for you. And
Mhm.
you could hit that, pretty easily.
That sounds good. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, good.
I'm used to these Zoom classes now, so that won't be
Right.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm
Right.
doing them physical therapy, so.
Well, that's what's great right now, is that everybody's getting used to Zoom, because a lot of people have to use it for work too.
Yeah.
So when we used to do Zoom classes, a lot of people didn't know how to use the technology, so they didn't connect in, right?
Mhm.
Or it was just foreign to them, so they didn't even know what it meant when we said we were doing a
So
Zoom.
this is a good opportunity for living to really
It
take
is.
advantage.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Plus more, we should be able to get more people interested in this, because a lot of people have lost their jobs,
Exactly. Right.
So,
And that's the thing too, is think about, so when you're thinking about increasing your volume, it's not just by getting people that want to order oils, but it also might be by talking to people that are already ordering about sharing, right? So one of the ladies that was going to be here tonight, I had contacted her because I saw that, her order was significant last month and she hit star. And I said, hey, congratulations, you hit star. And she's like, thanks, what does that mean? Right? And I said, great question, let me tell you. And so then we were just chatting about it. And I said, I'm doing a class on the new bonus program if you want to come, and there's no pressure, there's no commitment or anything, but if you want to
right.
learn about how you can make some, really nice bonus money on top of commissions, I'm going to go over that. So yeah, it doesn't have to be a weird conversation, but it could be with someone that's already ordering right now, or it could be somebody brand new that maybe loves, natural health and good things and is maybe looking for a new purpose,
Right.
and new income.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
They even said there are a lot of nurses that are out of work
Yes.
around here, because
Yeah.
nurses that were like, say, working on units, surgical units and stuff, with
Yes.
all the elective surgeries not going on now, they were laid off too.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Same here. Yep. I know the hospital right near us, 600, they furloughed 600 employees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same at Elliott. I don't know the number, but it's pretty significant.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
definitely the case. And we don't have anybody really in the hospitals for COVID either, very
No.
few.
They had one.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, what are we allowed to say online, like say on Facebook, as far as, using these products for this,
So you're not
disinfectant?
allowed to
We
say
just say
anything.
that.
Right. So
Go ahead.
COVID, you want to stay away from. Just stay away from saying anything about COVID or virus. I wouldn't use any of that language. And that's mainly because they're looking for reasons to shut people down. So,
Yeah.
and they're censoring. They really are censoring.
Well, I
not
know
just
they are.
us,
Yeah.
they're censoring a lot of information. So that's a
So
whole
but I
other
can
thing.
just like post something like, oh, I'm so glad that I have all these products that I'm using,
What
to-
I would say is the best way to share, and we can do more on this next week too with strategy, but the best way to share is to share a personal story. And if you're really just getting started sharing on Facebook or Instagram or social media in general, the best thing to do is share the story of how you got started, right? So it's the story of,
Right.
10 years ago, I was using whatever, right? Bleach and Clorox and, 409. Well, you could say whatever, right? Like you could keep it general. I was using toxic cleaning products and, I switched to this and this is what I've experienced. You can tell as much as you want about your own personal story, as long as you're not telling them, this is going to do this for you, right? Or this is going to cure you of this, or, right? So you could tell your,
I spray my mask with the household cleaner and it works great.
Yeah. So you can
You
tell
know.
your story, and you can tell your, cause and effect that have happened for you. You just can't tell other people what to do. You can't prescribe. And as far as COVID, you don't want to use that word or the word virus. You can't use antiviral, antibacterial. You can't use any of those words.
Don't say
Okay.
cancer.
What's that? No.
Don't say cancer. That's another catchword.
Yep. Right. So,
Because I
but-
wanted to like just post something like, oh, I'm so glad that I just got my shipment of sanitizer from Young Living. Can I do something like that?
well, you can, but you haven't told your story yet. So people will just kind of be like, why is she telling us this?
Okay.
Right? So it's kind of better if you can have a plan and say, all right, first let me do a little and I can help you do that. A little something that explains to people why I'm using what I'm using. And then
Right.
it's a little bit easier to start just putting out little blurbs about, oh, this just
Okay.
came, yay, right? But people won't buy or order right away. They're going to watch you.
Yep.
They're going to want to see that you're still using it. They're going to want to see how you use it, what you do with it. They're going to want to see that your life is getting better as you're using it. Like they want to follow your story. And then down the road, they're going to be like, hey, Sharon, that stuff, tell me more about it. Right. But that's what they like to be on the sidelines and watch. Right. I know a lot of us thought all we had to do was get on Facebook and say, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. And everyone was going to be like, yes, I order it. Right? That's what we all thought, right? We're like, yes, social media. All I have to do is show them it and they're going to want it.
Right.
No, because everybody's doing it with every product under the sun. And they're like, oh gosh, here's another person now.
And you got to be afraid to repeat things. That's something that I, finally figured out. It's like, just because you say it once doesn't mean that they've heard it.
Right.
Don't be afraid to say it maybe in a different way or maybe the same exact way, but don't be afraid to repeat it.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I would start with, telling the story, and I can help you with that. The most important, in fact, I have cards. So my new system is using index cards. So I'm in the Young Living Leadership Training. Who's doing that right now?
What is
Nobody?
it?
Nobody? They have them every single day at different times. And it is Matt Gardner and Chris Cotant that are running it. And you can join it. You can I'll send you the link. They've already done 4 of them, but I can fill you in. But basically what they're doing is helping people with systems, right? So the first day, and it's actually the training that Eric Worre gave at, oh my gosh, what's the name of it? Dream 1000. So the people that won the Dream 1000 trip to Hawaii,
Oh
they
yeah.
had Eric Worre come in and do a training. And this is the training that they're sharing. So basically they go through customer acquisition, customer onboarding, distributor acquisition, and distributor onboarding. So customer acquisition, the first thing they tell you is, okay, just think about how you acquire new members. Do you do that through one-on-one conversations, like bumping into people? Do you do it through classes? Do you do it through Facebook, through Instagram, through email, right? Think about all different ways that you acquire new members. And then think about what's working and what needs work, right? So what are the things that you're really good at, right? So for some people, they might say, like, some people are really great at Facebook and getting people interested that way. Some people are really good in classes. Some people are really good one-on-one. So they kind of help you look at different things that you can do and where you can acquire more and new members, right? And then it's, we won't go into all of that today, but, and then it's, how to then take good care of them and get them connected and trained and all those things. But so Facebook, Instagram, social media can be one way that you acquire new members, but it's not really a fast way, because most people are going to want to really get kind of, watch you, pay attention to what you're doing, make sure you're not crazy, make sure you haven't gone off the deep end with some new product. And honestly, like, I do the same thing. Like, I see people that are like, Oh, I'm trying to think of one that I won't be embarrassing or something. But if somebody's like now representing a new product, right? Like yesterday they were doing this, yesterday. So take me. Yesterday they were doing Pampered Chef, and now today they're doing Juice Plus, and then the next day they're doing something else. I'm like, okay, let's see how long this is going to last, right? Let's see if they're really, and let's see how it works for them, right? If somebody says, oh my gosh, I have this new, weight loss something or other. Okay, let's see how it works, right? Show us the pictures. So people are going to do the same thing with us. Is if we just get out there and say, hey, I just got my new this, and you're like, okay, here we go, right? And so I think telling stories is the key, and that's with what they taught us in the leadership training. Is the most important thing you can do is figure out your number one Young Living story. What's the number one reason? What got you started? What made you say, yes, I'm ordering that starter kit, right? That story you have to know, because you have to get people to connect with that story. You have to be able to tell that story in a way that people are like, oh, that's kind of like me, where I'm at right now, right? Like I'm kind of questioning what's making me sick all the time, or I'm kind of questioning, why this is happening or that's happening. Maybe I should look at that, right? So it's telling your story so that other people can say that resonates. And then they're going to watch your other stuff that you post and share. All right. And then you want to have one product story that's, at least one, like most of us have 50, but you want to have one product that you want to say, this oil, oh my gosh, right? This is what was happening. And I did this and it made such a difference in this way. You want to be specific. You don't want to just say it made such a difference. You want to actually say, like, I was able to sleep for the first time in 47 years, like something significant. But people will start listening and paying attention because you've brought them along the way. You didn't just slap a product in front of them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I am going to give you each a challenge, which is I'm going to ask you to, for your homework, decide which bonus you want to achieve. Okay. So I have them up here just so you can see it, sort of. All right. So which of those bonuses, the 50, the 250, the 500, the 1500, or the Premier Aroma Collection in the Bridge to Gold, which one do you want to achieve? Okay. Write down what you're going to have to get to do that, right? So not just the number you have to hit, but where are you now compared to where do you need to be? All right. And so all you have to do is look at your volume, look at your OGV this month, right? And you know what you need to make to get there, all right? And then you're not necessarily going to have to do that next month because you're going to have 3 months or 4 months to get there, but start breaking it down to see how much you're going to have to increase each month in volume, okay? And then we can work, this is just to start the wheels turning, right? So you can look at a number and say, gosh, I have to go from 2,000 OGV to 4,000. Oh my gosh, how am I going to find, $2,000 in orders? Well, you don't have to. Look at the people that are under you and see who can help, right? Because coming up with 2,000 OGV on your team might mean that you come up with 500 of that in new members, but somebody else comes up with 250. And somebody else comes up with 250, and somebody else brings someone in for 100, right? And so it's many hands. Many hands make light work, right? But that's what you want to do instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to try to get, another 6,000 in volume in the next 4 months. No, I've got to really work with the people I have and give them a task and say, okay, let's try to get you, right? Because we're looking at where you want to be. Where do they want to be? Right? You're only going to get where you want to be if you help someone else get where they want to be. And they might not even know they want to be there yet. So have the conversations to say, hey, there's a really sweet bonus if you get to Senior Star. I want to help you get to Senior Star. Right? Let's look at how we can do that. Okay. Or maybe you're talking to someone about getting to star. Maybe you have a new person and you're like, this is awesome. You just signed up. You know, you could get a star bonus so easily, and you've got 2 months to do it. Okay. So it's thinking about the people that are under you and having everybody work together as a team. And no, you're not going to tell, you know, the new person under you, oh, you've got to, you know, get me to executive. So I need you to produce, you know, $2,500 in volume. No, like it's going to make sense. You're going to break it down in a way that makes sense, but you'll get other people to help and contribute. All right. Lisa, does that make sense? Oh, I think you're still muted.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it does. I wrote down, you know, for silver, what I need to do. You know, we'll see what we can do.
Exactly, right. It doesn't have to be, so it's a nice bonus. Oh, Missy's joining. We're just about done, but. So, yeah, right. And see what resonates for you. But I want you to be aware of this so that when you are talking to people, when you're talking to your members, when you're talking to your builders, you know where you can support them too, right? It might be really significant for one of your members, hey, Missy, to hit senior star and get a $250 bonus. Like that could be really significant for somebody right now. Okay. So that's what we also want to look at, is how we can help the people under us hit these bonuses. All right, on top of the commissions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, help other people. So Missy, we kind of went through everything.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That's okay. It's all right.
We've got transitions in my team and I at work, and I had to deal with some stuff.
No worries. We did record it. So what
Oh,
I'll
thank
do
you.
is, as soon as that's ready, I'll send you the recording. It's nice
Thank you.
to
Awesome.
see you. It's nice to see you though. I will give you the homework though that I just gave everybody.
Okay.
All right, so the homework would be to decide, once you look at the Silverbound structure and the different bonuses for different levels, see if you can decide what your goal is, okay, what bonus you would really like to achieve, and then look in your team for other people that also might enjoy getting a bonus. All right, there's basically bonuses for different levels. So there's bonuses for star, for hitting star, senior star, executive. So even somebody brand new could actually get a bonus if they achieve a certain qualifications. All right. So it's a great time for people to start a Young Living business right now because of the Silverbound bonus. That's why I wanted everyone to know about it, so that your new members, you can let them know, hey, you know, and it doesn't have to be, you know, it could be just sharing. They don't have to be, you know, technically starting a business if they don't really want to, but if they want to share with family and friends, they can still get a bonus, right? So why not? So yeah, so just think about and determine what goal and what bonus you'd like to get. And then, yeah, we're here to help, right, with strategy. And strategy is important because, you know, just looking at those numbers, again, it can seem overwhelming. It can seem unattainable. But when you break it down and realize, okay, so actually next month, I just need to increase by this much. And then the following month by that much. And how could I do that? Like, what might it take? All right, well, maybe I need to do 1 extra class next month. Or maybe I need to talk to, you know, 5 extra people, right? Like you can start kind of thinking about some of the strategies and ways to actually get those things to happen. Okay.
Great.
Does that help?
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Any questions?
So I was going to move. I think there's 4 people that I want to move.
I'm just going to turn the recording